Hello, I'm Paul Pluter from Paul Pluter Prestige, and today I'd like to talk about what aims does Paul Pluter have with his collection. And I don't want to harp on my existing pieces, but just a very quick roll call. In the men's section, we've got a Patek 5107 in white gold, classic Calatrava. We've got a Patek 5035 in yellow gold, an annual calendar. We've got a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Grand Date, and we've also got a Breguet Type 20 Transatlantic, which is a chronograph. We've also got a Royal Oak Audemars Piguet 14790 ST, which is an automatic steel AP. Okay, so that's 5 pieces there. And on Archie's outer, which sort of semi-sold, there's a Rolex Explorer 2 white dial. Now, the question I'd like to pose is, what aims do I have for my collection in the coming years, and what do I see myself doing? And look, hey, the interesting thing is, when one stops adding to the collection or thinking about changing the makeup of it, it's time to quit collecting. And so, in many ways, it's very rambunctious to just stay with one staid and set collection. It's nice to consider options. And I like to think on Paul Pluter Prestige that one of the things that I have achieved is to allow people to think what makes a good, perfect collection. And so let's have a talk there. Okay, so what are my dream pieces? Okay, one piece which has been a holy grail piece for Archie for a hell of a long time was actually a piece that Descartes wants to get very soon, and that was a 5110 in platinum, which is a world time in platinum. And it's a beautiful, beautiful piece. And although, I'm not so crazy, a piece like that doesn't necessarily have to be in platinum. I mean, a platinum is a great metal, but it is, you're paying a big premium for it. To me, I'd be happy with any world time, whether it's yellow gold, rose gold, or white gold. But I'd have to say, that has always been a huge dream of mine, to have a Patek world time. And Vacheron's got a beautiful world time themselves there, but I think the Patek just nudges it. I really would like to get a Patek world time. Not fussy about metals, just to have a world time. A 5110 would be great. And the 5110 has been replaced by the 5130, which is a newer inversion of the world time, slightly bigger, 2 mils bigger. But I think for me, bang per buck, the 5110 is better buying, and it's also it's in line with my existing 37 mil Pateks, the 5107 and the 5035. So for me, a long-term goal is to get a world time. Another piece I'd really love to get is a 5196 manual wind Calatrava, because I've got 2 automatic Pateks at the moment, and I'd love to have a simpler manual wind piece. And the thing I love about the 5196, it's a killer piece in rose gold, which would be beautiful to have it, but it's also killer in white or yellow. But the thing I love about the 5196, it's sort of like a tribute to the original Patek 96, which was the first reference for the Calatrava. So for me, if I could get myself a 5196, I'd be extremely happy. And the thing I love about a 5196 is it gives you that fabulous 215 Patek movement. And if I had a world time, that's using the it's using the Micro Rotor 240 movement. So it gives me a couple movement variations. So I think a 5196 would just be a gorgeous piece. And it's interesting. My Calatrava, well, obviously it's a Calatrava. The 5035 annual calendar, it's also a Calatrava shape. The world time is Calatrava shape, and I think a 5196, that's kind of 4 Calatrava type pieces, and I think it rounds out the collection. So a 5196 could certainly be the go. Now the 5196, there's also a 5096, which is it's a slightly smaller, and it's also got a display back. So that's something else which does have some possibilities there. So I kind of any of those are gorgeous. But I think the 5196 sort of ticks all the boxes for me. So just recapping, there, 2 pieces I really would like to own down the track are a 5196 and a world time, and that's this is long-term goals. This is not, hey, I'm going to buy this next week. I'm a working man. I mean, I've got to get revenue in from my my job, and also from my Google ads, and it's a lot of savings. So I'm talking long-term focus here. Another piece I'd like to add to the collection, switching brands, is I'd really love to have a Vacheron again. And the reason I say that is because I've got 2 Pateks at the moment, which I hope to grow to 4 Pateks. I've also got a nice AP when that thing finally does come back from repair. And I'd really like to have the Holy Trinity again. Those 3 makers, AP, PP, VC, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, and Vacheron and Constantine. I'd like to have a Vacheron again. And I'd have to say, I do love the Patrimony range. They are gorgeous, but I think for me, a Vacheron Overseas, which is Vacheron's sports model, might be a better way to go to sort of round out the collection a bit. Because I got to be honest, when I've already got 2 Patek dress watches. If it blows out to 4 and I get a Patrimony, I don't think I'd wear the Vacheron much. Whereas if I had a Vacheron Overseas in steel, it could be sort of a semi-beta sort of watch. You could wear it almost, you could wear it to, it's a different context, and a Vacheron's a great brand. So I'd like to add some sort of Vacheron to the collection down the track. There's no frantic rush. Unfortunately, Vacherons are fairly, scarce, and they come up at times, but it's you've got to keep an eye out, and they seem to they're quite expensive. So I think this is a long-term quest there. So we've added, that's 2 Pateks and a Vacheron. That's what we've added there. What else would I really want in the collection there? I've kind of contemplated the Rolex thing. Do I want a day date? The solid gold 18 karat Rolex, and I don't have the same yearning for it like I do for a world time or a 5196. So I think I'm done with Rolex, and that's partly also I've got my Explorer on the market, and I've loved Rolex, but I've kind of outgrown it, which is it's a sad thing to say. But I think that's kind of the progression you make with watches. You get some beautiful pieces, and your tastes get your tastes get more and more refined as time goes on. And it's not for me. It's not a matter of having 50 pieces. It's not the quantity. It's the quality, and having a nice focused collection. I'm Paul Pluta. I hope you've enjoyed this insight. And if you are a very wealthy person and you'd like to make a donation to Paul Pluta, he would gladly accept any donation. So please make these dreams for me become a reality. I'm Paul Pluta, and have a great season.